yes, let's make sure you click. Oh, yes, and then you, yes. Okay, let's resume.
Hi guys, DeeSims here and welcome back to the channel. And today I bring to you a very special video. Today we're going to be using an AI to come up with our next Let's Play idea. I'm so excited with the announcement of the Sims 4 Horse Ranch, just because, let's be real, I'm excited because, girl, we got some new content. Okay, you know, after you've been doing this for a long time, I play The Sims almost every single day. You need something new. So I think initially my excitement is just that we're getting new content. But I'm really excited for the Horse Ranch expansion pack. It's coming out July 22nd, which is not that far. We got like less than a month, girl. We're less than a month away, so we got to get rolling. When I first heard about the pack, when it was official that this was what was coming, I had so many different ideas. I didn't really know where to go. I wanted to know more about the pack. So before I even started brainstorming, I wanted to wait for the trailer. The trailer, it gave me a little, you know, kind of. It gave me a little. I'm excited for the gameplay trailer. I can't wait to see some new aspects. Okay, I know the Horse Ranch expansion, similar to Cottage Living. So I'm hoping, you know, not just the new world is making it an expansion. I hope there's way more than we know. I always feel like the gameplay trailers can really bring it in. You know, you really get to see what the pack has to offer. But one thing I did do was I watched a lot of people do like a breakdown of the trailer and who really dove deep into the article that came out with the announcement yesterday. And there are some things that I'm really excited about. And one of those things is I feel like the word ranch is very different than what we're thinking. I feel like you're going to be able to do more with the ranch than you are with a regular residential lot. I feel like it can potentially feel like more of like a petting zoo. Like you can invite, like when you think of a ranch, I feel like you can invite people to your, I mean, you can invite people to your house too, but in my mind, I'm like, you can invite people to your ranch to like enjoy your ranch, you know? So like, it's going to be a goal to have something that's thriving, that's nice looking, that people can actually come and entertain themselves. More of like a farm almost. And I know Cottage Living kind of gave us those farm vibes, but I think there was more of maybe something that was sustainable. Like these animals are giving you things that you can use to cook with, and you can grow these big these big vegetables and harvestables that you can use to, you know, make things with. Where I feel is this ranch thing is more of like a community base. Like you can invite people and you can host things at your ranch. Maybe you can host you can always host a wedding at I don't know. I feel like I hear the word ranch, and then after like going through the article and seeing everything that they're saying, like you can invite people over to come see your mini goats and your mini sheep. You're like, oh, so, you know, people can actually come and enjoy what you created. That's what I kind of got from it, which made me excited because it's something new. It's something we haven't had. I'm very excited about the horses, of course. I hope the world is open so we can really feel like we're able to ride a horse through the Midwest. Like if I want to go across the, you know, the world, I hope it's open so I can at least experience riding my horse through there. I'm hoping that's a big thing because to me that makes sense, that you'll be able to ride your horse anywhere and everywhere. I think that's great. Another thing that got my attention was the nectar. I'm excited about nectar. It was one of my favorite things to do in The Sims 3 when you had to go to the France inspired world and get the special grapes and make the best wine, and then you can age the wine and sell it for more. I'm super duper excited for the nectar, and I'm really excited for the pack. I definitely want to see more gameplay. I know, again, as all the packs are, some people with it, some people not. Some people are up in the air. For me, I'm excited for new content. I can't wait to have all these new things in my game and to always see how they play well with the other packs. I think that's what I'm excited for the most. That's like the first thing I tweeted. It's like, there's so many packs that goes well with this pack that I feel like you can really have a thriving ranch and make the best out of it. So I'm really excited. Like I said, when I heard about everything, when we saw the pictures, we saw the trailers, we saw the teasers and all that kind of stuff, so many different scenarios went in my head, and I'm like, what the heck am I going to do? Am I going to use an existing family? Am I going to bring back a family or a sim from an existing LP? Am I going to do a spin-off of a current LP? Am I going to make someone entirely new? And I just didn't know what to do. So what I have planned is I've come up with the 3 top scenarios that kept running back and forth in my head. And we're going to put them in an AI and they're going to generate everything for us. Okay. And we're going to have 3 scenarios. It's going to give us 3 different sims with their physical features, their weaknesses, their strengths, everything. And then at the end, I'm going to set up a link where you guys can go and vote for your favorite scenario. And we're going to use that scenario for our new LP. Once we get that scenario with the sim and the features and the backstory and everything, we can begin creating our sim, creating if we need to create anything for it, like a build or anything like that. We can get all that done because we have a month, girl. We got a month to get this together. So I thought this would be a really fun video and I'm really excited about it. Today, I'm going to be using toolsaday.com, which is an AI, it's a character generator. You can ask for specific details. I'm really excited about this. I will put a link in the description down below if you're interested. If you need this to come up with a machinima or come up with a story that you're writing in school, or if you just need this to come up with a general LP idea, I think it's great. It's given me so many different, so many different things we can use. And I'm just so excited about it. So let's start. So we're going to be doing a single character. I'm going to put in a description. And the details we're looking for is the appearance, personality, goals, motivations, strengths and weaknesses, their backstory, and maybe some quirks. Just because we can add a lot of those things with our Sims characteristics and their wants and, you know, things that they like and stuff like that. And maybe we can add in some favorites as well. I do have a theme for each scenario, and then we can choose a type of tone we want their story to be. So girl, let's just get right into it because I'm so freaking excited about this. My first scenario is very generic, just kind of like when I thought about this scenario, I'm like, okay, this way we can really experience everything the pack has to offer. So for the description, it says a young adult African-American woman who struggles to achieve her goal of owning a ranch in the Midwest. She wants a ranch that thrives with animals, gardening, and nectar making. Let's change this. Instead of ranch, let's say horse ranch. I've played around with this AI for a little bit, and I think the more details you give in the description, the better your story is. So any adjectives or anything I can like exaggerate to really make it, you know, like a full story, I've been adding them. Girl, my grammar punctuation may be off. Don't come for me. The theme I put in is determination, because I feel like with this, I'm thinking of a sim maybe almost like a little bit of a rags to riches. Like she's struggling to own this and she's working hard to achieve all of these goals. And we don't really need a genre. And for the tone, I'm just gonna say friendly. So let's generate this story and see if this could potentially be one of our new Let's Plays idea. Okay, it finished generating. So let's see what we have. We have Maya Johnson. She's 26, female. Her date of birth is July 12th. I guess this is cool because I guess you can get their, if we had like Zodiac, I guess you can get that from the Zodiac. Okay, her job right now is a horse trainer and aspiring ranch owner. So her appearance, Maya is a striking African-American woman with a warm smile. She has curly black hair that she often ties back in a ponytail, and expressive brown eyes. She has a fit and athletic physique, which she developed through the years of working with horses. Her personality, Maya is determined and resilient. She is passionate about animals, especially horses, and is driven by her love for them. She is kind-hearted, patient, and always willing to lend a helping hand. Oh, Maya, girl, you sound so sweet. Maya has a strong work ethic and is not afraid to get her hands dirty to achieve her goals. And speaking of goals, her ultimate goal is to own a horse ranch in the Midwest that thrives with animals, gardening, and nectar making. She dreams of creating a sanctuary where people can come to connect with nature and experience the joys of being around horses. Okay, listen, period, stop. even the AI think, you know, people is going to be able to come. I don't know. I feel like the ranch is going to somewhat be like a little bit of a farm. Like people are going to be able, you're going to be able to invite people over, and they'll not only be able to like see your ranch and see how nice it is, but they'll be able to come and see your animals. And I don't know, I'm kind of getting that big sense of community with the whole ranch thing. Because one thing I asked my Discord, I was like, y'all, what do y'all think the difference is between a farm and a ranch? And someone made a point of like a ranch can be more defined, like maybe a specific animal, maybe like a sheep ranch. Like, so, you know, you're going to come here and see sheep, where a farm, you know, it can be a bunch of different things. It could be a food farm. It can be a cow farm. I don't know. I'm kind of getting a sense that with the ranch, it kind of gives you like that, like a zoo feeling. Like, you know, when you were little and you went on a school trip to a farm or to a ranch or something, and you got to pet all the animals, you got to see the animals. It was somebody there teaching you about the animals, how to care for the animals. That's what I'm kind of getting. And I think that's so freaking cool. They even picked up on it, period. Okay, her motivations. Maya is motivated by her deep connection with horses and her desire to provide them with a loving and nurturing environment. She also wants to create a space where people can learn about sustainable farming practices and experience the peace and tranquility of nature. Maya, girl, you're giving. This is so sweet. Okay, her strength. She is skilled in horse training and has a natural ability to connect with animals. She is hardworking, dedicated, and possesses excellent problem-solving skills. Maya also has a green thumb and is knowledgeable about gardening and nectar making. I love this. Maya's determination sometimes lead her. Oh, this is her weakness. Ooh, girl, let's see. Maya's determination sometimes leads her to push herself too hard, neglecting her own well-being. Oh, she can be overly trusting at times, which has caused her to be taken advantage of in the past. Also, she also struggles with asking for help, often preferring to do things on her own. Okay, girl, we gotta learn how to give and receive, because you don't want to block your blessings, girl. Okay, backstory. Maya grew up in a small town in the Midwest surrounded by farmland. From a young age, she developed a fascination with horses and spent every spare moment at a nearby stable, learning how to ride and care for them. As she grew older, Maya's dream of owning a horse ranch intensified, and she worked tirelessly to acquire the necessary skills and knowledge. Girl, come on. Her quirks. She has a habit of talking to her plants and animals as if they understand her. She believes in the power of positive affirmations and often encourages her horses with gentle words of encouragement. That is so cute. Okay, and then down here we have her favorite colors, which is earthy tones like deep greens and warm browns. Her favorite food is freshly baked bread and homemade jam. Her activity, she long horseback rides through the countryside. Y'all, this tools a day is everything. I love this so much, and I feel like we already know so much about Maya. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all a little behind the scenes tip. As a content creator, especially a storyteller who does a lot of let's plays and stuff like that, your main job is to have people like really get deep into your story, really get deep into what you're talking about, and you know, eventually they're in tune with it just like you are. Like, as passionate as I am about Single Father and Derek, my job was to make sure you love Derek, or make sure you hated that lady who left him, or make sure you understood Naya's and like her love for her mom, and how important it was, or how challenging it was for her not to be around, you know? So I feel like it's your job as a storyteller to really have people fall in love, or fall in hate, fall in revenge, you know, really fall for that character, no matter what their character arc is and like what they're trying to portray, what goals they're trying to achieve. Your goal is to get people where you are in your head with the story. And I feel like this helps because we get to see so much. I don't have to, you know, when we start this series, you guys are going to know so much about Maya that you're going to love her. You know, like you're going to know so much about her. You can feel for her. You can feel her hard work. You can feel her determination. You can feel her passion. And I think this is so cool because it kind of gives you like a behind the scenes look of how it is to be a storyteller. Because one thing I do is this before I start a series. I literally sit down, I brainstorm. It takes me a long time. I brainstorm in different ways. Sometimes I sit in a room with like complete silence and I just close my eyes and I have things that I'm putting bullet points in my head notes and all that. Sometimes I put on really serene music, really peaceful environment, and I'm jotting down all my stuff, or vice versa. I'm typing it all in a Google Doc. Like I have multiple ways of how I brainstorm to get different ideas to keep you guys engaged. Like I feel like, you know, it's my job. It's something I love to do, is to entertain. And I feel like this is so helpful because you guys get to see kind of like my thought process and you know, like how it all goes down. If you're new to content creation, or if you're new to like Sims 4 Let's Plays, I think this is such a great tool because it gives you so much to go off of to really amp up your stories. Or maybe you're just a player, a Sims player who just looking for different ways to like tell a story. I think this is so freaking cool, y'all. So Maya Johnson, we already have a view on her. I really love her affirmations and her piece that's already giving. And I'm really excited about Maya's story. So I hope you guys like Maya, and then we're going to move on to the next person. Like I love how they give you your book and a song suggestion. That is so cute. Scenario 2. Here we go. A rebellious young African-American girl who was sent to help her elderly grandfather with his struggling animal ranch in the American Midwest. So we want the same details. We want her appearance, her personality, goals, motivation, strengths and weaknesses, backstory, quirks, and favorites. And for the theme this time, I thought I was struggling girl. We was in Discord. I was like, y'all, I need a word. Eventually, we came up with the word behavioral reform and responsibility. And for the tone of this, I kind of wanted it to be casual. My thought process with this scenario was this happened. I mean, I wasn't rebellious or anything, but one thing that happened, I don't know if it happens in a lot of other people's household, but in my household, in my family, sometimes when you were a little too much, or you was too active, or for me, I was dramatic and just really busy and always into stuff. My family sent me to my grandmother's house for the summer. I was in South Carolina for 7 weeks, like right before going into middle school. And for me, it wasn't behavioral reform or anything like that, but it was kind of a sense of like growing up and just having responsibility. Because in the South, there's a lot of things that they do differently in the South, especially my grandmother versus when we lived up north. My grandmother lived down south. There was a lot more things you had to do around the house, a lot more chores. We didn't live on a farm. She didn't live on a farm or anything. But her house needed a lot of tender loving care. There was a lot of responsibilities, a lot of things you had to do. And I just think down south, it was a slower pace. So my aunt and my mom sent me down south to kind of like not only bond with my grandmother and that side, you know, that end of the family, but also to like gain some responsibility and just kind of, I guess, like learning more about growing up and what it means to be responsible and have priorities, and, you know, also value slowing down. Because I feel like, you know, I was very active as a kid. Like when I say active, girl, I ain't talking about no sport. I'm talking about I was in a lot of things. I was in and out of camps. I was always in theater. I was very active in my church. I was just always with family and family friends, just doing things, going places. And I think one thing my aunt and my mom wanted me to do was value the little things and the slow down of things. And one thing that I wish I had more of now as an adult is these experiences of going down south. Because when I went down south with my grandmother, it was different. You know, I didn't have as thick skin as my aunt and my mom, who grew up with my grandmother. So my grandmother, everybody know the famous story. My grandma called me a heifer one time. I almost lost it. Like, I was like, how could anyone ever? But that's common down south. You know, like it's just like I learned so much staying with my grandmother, how to care for a home, how like just, you know, gardening with her and helping her around the house, and just valuing like the time my grandmother would just sit down and watch her story and just chill. Like my aunt and my mom may have wanted to chill when I was growing up, but me and my brother because my little sister wasn't born yet, that time we were into so much stuff. I feel like they weren't able to have those moments of sitting down and just chilling. I was always on the go, always had places to be. So I wish that I experienced more of this now, and I say that as an adult because now I enjoy the little things, and I feel like I should have been enjoying the little things way before. Because I feel like when you slow down, enjoy the little things, it just means more, you know? Okay, we're getting too deep, but this was my reasoning for the scenarios because I was sent down in the country and I learned a lot of things. I wasn't rebellious. It wasn't like I wasn't a troublemaker, but I know a lot of people in my family and in others, you know, the troublemakers got sent down near the grandma or auntie or grandpa house, and it taught them some lessons, and they came back knowing the importance of responsibility and respect and priorities. And I think it's a good thing. So that's what my head was in this thought process. I just wanted to run that down by y'all. Let's go ahead and generate this story. Oh, so we have another Maya Johnson. We need to come up with another name. But apparently we're with Maya Johnson again, a different Maya. Let's call her M right now. So I've gone ahead and read this while it was generating, and this is kind of a different story than what I was describing before. Instead of someone sending her to the country, quote unquote, to for behavioral reform and to get her to learn some things, her grandfather actually reaches out to her like, hey, I need your help. And she's like, you know what? I can help you, Grandpa. So it's more of in the regards of her family. I think this is cool. So let's read this. So it's Maya Johnson again. We're going to call her M. So we got M. She's 17, which means she will be a teenager. And then we will have an elderly grandfather. She's a ranch helper right now. It says her parents, M has a head full of curly hair that she usually wears in a ponytail, a high ponytail. She has warm brown eyes that sparkle with mischief. She has a slender build and stands at an average height. M often wears a worn out denim jacket, a bandana, and a pair of sturdy boots, showing her practicality and readiness for work. We're not gonna say on a ranch, we're just gonna say for work. Her personality. M is a rebellious spirit with a strong sense of independence. She is bold, confident, and not afraid to speak her mind. She has a mischievous streak, and loves to push boundaries. M is also fiercely loyal and protective of her loved ones. She can be stubborn at times, but her heart is always in the right place. M's main goal is to help her grandfather turn the struggling animal ranch into a successful and thriving business. She wants to prove herself and to herself and others that she is capable of responsibility and hard work. M is motivated by her desires to prove that she can be dependable and responsible. She wants to make her grandfather proud and show him that she can contribute to his ranch's success. M's strength, she's resourceful and quick thinking, often coming up with creative solutions to problems. She is physically fit and has good endurance, allowing her to handle the demanding tasks of the ranch. Maya's rebellious nature also means that she is not afraid to take risks or challenge the status quo. M's weakness is she's stubborn. Her stubbornness can sometimes get in the way of her progress. She struggles with authority figures and can be resistant to following the rules and guidelines. M also tends to act impulsively, which can lead to unintended consequences. Okay, her backstory. M grew up in a bustling city surrounded by concrete and skyscrapers. She felt suffocated by the noise and the fast-paced lifestyle, yearning for something different. When her grandfather reached out for help with his struggling animal ranch, M saw it as an opportunity to escape the city and embark on a new adventure. She left behind her old life to embrace the challenges of rural living. M has a habit of talking to animals on the ranch if they understand her. She believes they can sense her emotion and often confides in them when she needs a listening ear. Her favorite, M loves spending her free time exploring the vast open fields around the ranch. She enjoys reading books about animal behavior and psychology. Also finds it fascinating to understand their perspective. Okay. Her journey revolves around behavioral reform and taking on responsibilities. Through her experiences on the ranch, she learns the importance of discipline, hard work, and the impact of her choices on the livelihood of the animals and her grandfather's business. She speaks in a casual tone, often using slang and colloquial expressions. She has a lively and energetic voice reflecting her rebellion nature and a zest for life. I like M. Okay, so it's like M is basically, you know, she's lived in a city. She, you know, maybe is not the fan of the city or whatever, but you know, that's where she is. She's a teenager, so clearly she lives with her parents. But maybe her grandfather or maybe her parents, you know how parents be telling your business. Maybe her parents been talking to her grandfather like, this child of mine, she needs something different because I could tell this not working for her. And grandpa like, you know what, baby? Come on down to the ranch this summer. We're not doing too well. Maybe you can help me out. And because she's so headstrong and ready, she's like, Grandpa, I'm gonna make sure that ranch is the best ranch you got out there. And then, y'all, this is so cute. So in this instance, our main character will be a teenager who is kind of like, we're gonna say like spending that summer with her grandfather to help bring his ranch back to where it used to be. So maybe like her parents maybe grew up on that ranch but moved to the city because of work or better opportunities or whatever. And M just grew up into this independent, strong-minded woman and her parents can't handle her. This is cute. This is super cute. I really like this story with M. Hopefully our next one we get someone else that's not named Maya Johnson. I am running into these things costs, but I'm trying to still stay on the free version. So just definitely keep that in mind if you plan on using this, that it costs. So I'm trying to like get around to, I had to regenerate the story a few times. And I guess I used a couple of my free spins because it kept giving me people named Maya and I wanted something different, but it's okay. We're going to work with it. Okay. We got one more scenario. And then at the end, we will kind of recap and you guys get to vote on which one. This is so much freaking fun. We need to do more videos like this. I love this. Okay. Okay, scenario number 3. We have a young African-American workaholic woman who grew up in the city, who quits her job to open a horse ranch in the Midwest at the request of her deceased grandmother's last dying wish. So I was thinking straight up Stardew. Like, y'all know, like the grandfather leaves you a farm because he knows like you're overworking yourself in that big city. And I just thought this would be fun. This is another thing that came through my mind. So instead of a farm, it was a ranch. So let's see how this one goes. I do have the theme of this being loyalty and community. You know, just like, okay, for this girl to quit her job in the city to fulfill her grandmother's dying wish of, you know, opening a ranch or something like that. I think it's very loyal. And I wanted the tone to be kind of funny because I'm kind of thinking that this lady is maybe a little sedity, maybe a little uppity, a little bougie, a little high maintenance. And she has to move down to the Midwest where it's a little dusty. You got to get your hands dirty. Maybe she's a little squeamish. And I thought this would be really funny. So let's see how this goes. So here we are with Jasmine Davis. I already did a quick little read through. And y'all, this is going to be so hard to choose because it's so much great stuff going into these. Like, this is everything. This is probably something I would not mind, like, you know, investing in for some stories. This is so freaking cute. Okay, I love this. Let's go ahead. So we have Jasmine Davis. She's 30. She's a female. She was born March 15, 1990. If that's your birthday, shout out to you, girl. Her job was a former corporate lawyer. So Jasmine is a young African-American woman with a strong and determined look. She has curly black hair that she often ties up into a ponytail. That's been very common. I think everybody do ponytails. And her dark brown eyes always seem to be filled with energy and determination. She has a medium build and stands at average height. Jasmine prefers to dress comfortably. This is where I disagree. It says she will be wearing jeans, boots, and a plaid shirt for her new life on the ranch. But we'll say like she's dressing comfortably maybe for work. And when she moves to the ranch, she'll be wearing jeans, boots, and a plaid shirt. Jasmine is a workaholic with a witty sense of humor. She is driven, independent, and doesn't shy away from hard work. While she appears tough on the outside, she has a warm heart and deeply values loyalty and community. Jasmine is known for her quick thinking and resourcefulness, often finding creative solutions to problems. Jasmine's main goal is to fulfill her grandmother's last dying wish by successfully running the ranch. She wants to create a welcoming and inclusive community where people can come together and enjoy the beauty of nature. Jasmine Jasmine's motivation stems from her desire to honor her grandmother's memory and create a meaningful life for herself. She wants to prove to herself and to others that she can build something special in the Midwest despite her city upbringing. Jasmine can sometimes be stubborn and overly focused with work, neglecting her own well-being. Additionally, her lack of experience in ranching can lead to mistakes and a steep learning curve. Her backstory is she grew up in the heart of the city where she pursued a successful career as a corporate lawyer. Despite her urban lifestyle, she always had a deep connection with her grandmother's stories about the ranch she used to own in the Midwest. When her grandmother passed away, leaving the ranch to Jasmine in her will, she made a life-changing decision to quit her job and fulfill her grandmother's last wish. So Jasmine's quirk, she has a habit of talking to animals as if they understand her. She is convinced that they can somehow comprehend what she is saying and often has humorous conversations with the farm animals on the ranch. Her favorites, she loves country music and enjoys singing. We're going to say dancing too. Enjoys singing and dancing along to her favorite tunes while working on the ranch. She also has a soft spot for a homemade apple pie and often bakes one for her neighbors and her friends in the community. The theme of loyalty and community is deeply ingrained in Jasmine's life. She believes in the power of building strong relationships and supporting one another, which is evident in her determination to create a close-knit community on the ranch. Jasmine's journey is about finding her place in a new environment and discovering the true meaning of loyalty and community. Like, y'all, these stories are so freaking good. Like, I love these stories. It's so much fun. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So scenario one, let's do a little bit of a recap. Scenario one, we had Maya. She was she's the one who's aspiring to own her own ranch. She was very determined. She saved up money to pretty much purchase a ranch, and her goal is to just have it thriving and working very hard to get there. Scenario number two was with M, which was the rebellious teenager who grandfather calls her to spend the summer with him at his ranch to kind of help it get it back up to its glory days. And with her independence and her determination, they try to spend that summer bringing the ranch back up to its prime days. And then we had scenario three with Jasmine, who quits her job to kind of build up a ranch. Maybe it was like her grandmother's old ranch. As her grandmother's last wish, she quits her job and starts from the beginning, girl. So I think these are three great scenarios. Feel free to go back and, you know, listen to their stories again and vote in the description down below. In the pinned comment, I'm going to have a link to where you can vote for your favorite scenario. Each one of the scenarios gave us a description of the Sims, and whichever one we pick, we will be creating those Sims soon. I'm really excited about this pack. This was so much freaking fun. I'm so happy I was able to share some stories with you guys and also give you guys a great tool if you're looking for one. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I will see you guys in the next one. Remember to stay beautiful, stay lovely, stay in the house, and have a grand day. Bye, guys.